Crossovers are becoming the IPAs of the automotive world. What I mean by that is everybody's got a crossover, and of course, VW is no exception. The difference is VW is a struggling car company. Once the biggest car company in the world, now they had this thing called Dieselgate, and they're focused on electric, but in the interim, they still have to make vehicles like this Tiguan. Yes, I said Tiguan in a recent review, and I got a lot of hate mail. Tiguan, fine. Let's take a look at this thing. I actually like it, and this is their R line. What does R line mean? It's their sportier version. So you got lower profile wheels, you've got some nice little accents, you got this cool little badging here. Okay, great. But at the end of the day, you're a young family and you need wheels. You need something for 5 passengers and all your crap. All your crap comes all the way back here in this cargo area, which is actually quite generous. So this is $36,000. Let's just get right to the point. I'm not going to go over all the different trim levels. This is for someone who maybe really wants a Macan or a Q5. Just, you still have the money for it. So you settle for something like this. But this is not a bad way to settle. You got a nice 2-liter turbocharged engine, you know, basically the same powertrain that operates most of their vehicles, including the GTI, one of my favorite vehicles. But overall, it looks great. I really like all these little angles. Look at this sheet metal. You have an angle here, another crease here, another crease here, all the way down. This is really cool stuff. Look at the hood. I mean, they could have just made this one big piece of metal. They chose not to. They have all these different creases. You look at the new Porsche 911, instead of a flat hood from the 991.2, they went to more creases. And that's just, you know, costs more money, but it looks better. Overall, I think they did a really good job with this, but unfortunately, I think it's going to get lost in the shuffle. What's the shuffle? RAV4, CR-V, Rogue, Hyundai Tucson, Kia Sportage, the list goes on and on and on. Subaru Forester. There are literally a dozen vehicles in this segment. My best recommendation is that if this is on your list, go and work out a really good deal, because VW is a company that is headed towards pure electrification, and they really need to move a lot of vehicles right now. They keep changing their tagline almost every year. I don't even know what the current one is, but all I can tell you is that you can get a really good deal on this, and you'll be rewarded with a very, you know, surprisingly comfortable, sporty crossover. Now that we got our Tiguan nice and dirty, which is probably something most owners won't do, we feel like it's a little more broken in. But really, because of the R line, it's meant less for off-roading and more for on-roading. A little loud, but I can live with it. A lot of things in this segment tend to be louder than they should be. It's that 4-cylinder turbo just chugging away, and you know, it's not a light vehicle, but overall it is fun to drive. I have to admit, it's more fun than a lot of its competitors, and with the new warranty that VW has, it really helps to offset and alleviate a lot of those concerns. The new IP is really nice, very premium, very Audi-esque. You know, it's all the same car company. We've talked about this before, but you have an all-digital display. You don't get that in a lot of the competitors. You have a nice large infotainment screen, pretty much mimics the Audi infotainment screen. You still have traditional knobs and switches for the climate control, and that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. The transmission works well with the engine. It's just a good driving vehicle, and I like the appointments inside. I like the quality of the materials. This is a first-rate vehicle. VW is struggling. They just hired another chief of marketing. They seem like they go through these guys every couple of years, trying to reinvent themselves, trying to figure out what they're going to do, at least as a stopgap until they go full electric. In the meantime, you have vehicles like this, but don't be surprised if this is replaced with an all-electric version in the not-too-distant future. But for now, this is what we have, and starting price is in the high 20s. This is one of their premium versions, and it's $36,000. I don't have a problem with that, because Some competitors like the Jeep Cherokee can get up over $40,000, RAV4 high 30s. So this is really where the segment is. I think VW distinguishes itself because of its European styling and the way the VW engineers tune their suspension and throttle response. All these little things, the steering, you may not notice it on a little test drive, but go on some nice canyon roads and you will definitely notice it. But overall, I think they did a good job. And I'm not going to tell you go buy this over a CR-V. That's up to you. But I will tell you that if you want something a little more spirited in this price range, you can't afford a Macan or an Audi Q5. This is a nice kind of distant second cousin to those vehicles. And you feel a lot of the appointments, especially in the steering wheel, the way it feels, the buttons, just the way everything works. You know you're driving a vehicle in the same family. It's just not up there with those big brothers. I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. See you next time on The Driver's Seat.